Alright, so God. Wait, is that in the trailer? What the fuck was that? Oh, shit. I'm not gonna watch that, but cool. Alright. I see, it's just the thing, I recorded literally most of the review, and then, like, it died, and so I lost all that footage. But anyways, it's a really good time to be a Godzilla fan. If you know me, I love Godzilla. I've already been excited, pumped when Monarch Legacy of Monsters is coming out. I rewatched like Godzilla vs. Kong like yesterday, as well as watching Pacific Rim. That's not tied to it really, but you know. But I got my Mothra here, got Mini Ghidorah, got Kong, Primal. I brought this guy to the movie theater. I love Godzilla. If you don't know who I am, I love Godzilla. Which also, I just got out of 1 minus 1. I did the entire goddamn review. Okay, so I don't know if I should look at the trailer or not. I already saw. You know what? Let's watch another trailer. I want to watch another trailer because I want to see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I want to look at one of these trailers, and because I'm gonna save this for later because I need to, so I can look at that later. But I want to see this trailer real quick, and then I'm gonna get into this. But I want to say this right now. I went into Godzilla -1 with very low expectations, very low. And mind you, I love Godzilla. I went into -1 with low expectations because of Shin Godzilla, and I'm gonna get to that. But I'll say this right now, this movie blew me out of the goddamn water. This was really good. This is... I wonder how it's going to go over in Japan, but at least for me, here, 100 times better than Shin Godzilla. 100 times better. It's so damn good. I'll get into that. Wait, let's do this trailer really quick. I like to look at the trailers just because I want to see, because I didn't watch... I went into this blind. All I saw was the teaser. I don't know, something maybe. VFX written and directed by Takashi Miyazaki. Is that Godzilla? Yes, it is! Those idiots. The reporters, specifically. Okay. Japan had lost. Post-war Japan had lost everything. You can say that again. From 0 to minus. Oh! So it's saying they started even below that. I called out here. Somebody to do it. Everyone's dead. You're a disgrace. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That monster will never forgive us. Survive and fight.
Godzilla -1.
Okay. Alright. So. I love this Godzilla movie a lot. And here's the thing, because Shin Godzilla, I went into that movie with high expectations, because I, love the MonsterVerse. MonsterVerse is probably my favorite cinematic universe. King of the Monsters is my favorite movie, period. Like, it sucks that they have not, maybe they have, I don't think they have though. They have not come out with a Ghidorah figure from this line. Like, this line that, like, it had... okay, not specifically this line, because this is a Titan... This is the Titan Tech Godzilla, where there's the fun ability where he transforms. And by that, like, he gets, like, armor and shit and rockets, and it's kind of great. Blades come out of his arms. But I don't mean specifically like that. Well, it kind of. Because, like, pretty much, the Titan Tech is pretty much the original figures, but then they added the extra shit to transform him. Then they had a Kong one, which I want. But those figures, these type of figures, they don't go out with a Ghidorah, which kind of made me mad because Ghidorah is awesome in that movie too. My brother has the SH figure of Ghidorah though, so that's actually kind of cool. It's like he paid like $300 or $400 for that. I'm like, holy shit. That being said, I caught the MonsterVerse, went to Shin, and everything that had to do with Godzilla, with that Godzilla was on screen, I loved with Shin Godzilla. I loved his ability to evolve. I loved that you slowly saw him evolve into different forms. I liked his new abilities, where he shot, his atomic breath turned from fire to then a focused beam that cut through shit. And, the tail beam, the beams coming out of his back, the shielding of the eyes for bomb stuff, like, he grows stronger. I loved all of that. And that he eventually evolved into something that'd be even more nightmarish and shit. I'm like, I love that shit. That was great. I love all that. The human character side sucked. And I get it, and I understand it. Because that Godzilla is specifically a allegory for the, when the nuclear reactors exploded after the tsunami hit. And because of that tsunami, let me make sure this is actually recording. No, I'm not. Okay. Because of that tsunami hitting, I was making sure that was. Because of that tsunami hitting, and like the government being super slow and just keep doing meetings and what should we do? What should we do? A lot of people die. I 100% understand that. I get it. Doesn't mean I liked it in the movie. I know it went over better in Japan, which, yeah, I kind of get it. But for me, I was like, no, I don't like that. Like, it was just like, everything with the humans was so goddamn boring, it sucked. This, on the other hand, I liked a lot. Like, though I don't remember the name, which more has to do with, being a Japanese name, which I just couldn't really remember. But this man here, who is a kamikaze pilot, which Shaman King Flowers, which I 100% understand that Japan was on the wrong side of that war. Because they had some allies with some not the nice people. Not the nicest people. So, I 100% understand that. But on that same note, if you Shaman King Flowers, if you don't know, like, this guy here is Yo Asakura, the main character of the original Shaman King's son, and his guardian ghost is not Minamaru, though it is in the kind of the beginning. Is not Minamaru, but the ghost of a kamikaze pilot who piloted a Phantom Zero, which I think might be what he was actually piloting also. Which were pretty much, like, if you want to know what the inspiration of TIE fighters were, it's pretty much the Phantom Zeros. Where they were an engine, wings, and a seat. That was it. And even this movie brings that up too, where it's like the idea of like, yeah, like Japan has been a bit lacking on protecting lives. And mind you, like the whole thing, kamikazes, you're not coming back. You're gonna go and die. You're gonna go and die. That's why the planes were paper thin. You go, you die. You fly, you die. And there's a whole thing with seppuku and stuff like that, which the first time I ever saw that was that Keanu Reeves Ronin movie, and I was like, no, I don't give a shit if it's about honor. Why the hell am I going to kill myself for honor? That's the dumbest shit ever. I'm sorry if that offends somebody. That's just my personal idea of, no, honor and or pride should not be what gets you killed. Because, I don't know, it's stupid. And it's stupid to me. In any case, this man lands his plane on a island, Oda Island, and because he's like, well, there's something wrong with my plane, and the mechanics check it over and like, there's nothing wrong with your plane. Are you chickening out? And before anything else could really happen after that, the undersea water monster Godzilla pops up, or Gojira pops up, which I would be lying. I would definitely be lying if I would say that every time they said Gojira in this movie and they subtitle it, because it was in Japanese in theaters, which it was in Dolby and I was only 2 seats. It was in Dolby because I was gonna really watch it tomorrow, or probably the day you're seeing this. I was originally gonna watch this movie tomorrow, But my brother called. My brother was called. We were about to play Fortnite, and he's like, "Oh, they said there's screenings today." And I checked, and today was the only day that they were going to have it in Dolby. And if you haven't watched a movie in Dolby, I highly recommend it because you will feel the sound in your bones. That shit is amazingly loud and like bassy and all that shit. Like, not like you're gonna go deaf or anything. I don't think you will. So obviously, I had to see Godzilla where I could feel the roar in my bones. Not to mention, I sat like 2 seats. Like, I was in the second row, like near the screen, which honestly is perfectly fine for me. But it's really great when you're watching a kaiju film because you're looking up at the Godzilla going, "Holy shit, this is cool." That being said, again, all that. Where was I going with this? Godzilla pretty much wipes out all the mechanics, mostly, and like they told him to shoot from his plane like to shoot the 20 millimeter things, like that'll kill it, which honestly probably could have, but whatever. But no, and then some of the mechanics opened fire too early and got everyone killed except for one mechanic and him, which the other mechanic blames him for not killing him, and then pretty much he comes home and it turns out his family home where his parents were living is now completely destroyed. It's completely destroyed, and then the neighbor... Oh yeah, it's right here. Yeah, it's completely destroyed. And his neighbor, well, you kind of see it in... Not that one. You see it in this trailer. Right here. This trailer goes, "Wait, weren't you a kamikaze pilot? Weren't you a kamikaze pilot? You didn't die, you didn't die in a war that we were losing after, the United States dropped the sun on us twice. Like, how dare you come back?" Did I watch this whole thing? Yeah, I probably did. How dare you come back? How you're a disgrace. My children died because you didn't kill yourself in a war we were already losing. And it's not like the goddamn United States dropped the sun twice on top of us. The atomic bomb is actually extremely scary, but also very fascinating. Because it is insane. Because here's the thing, science is 100% magic. And I say that in the sense of not like, oh, it's unexplainable. I mean that in the sense of you learn the mysteries of the world and like shit, and then you turn that into a physical weapon. That is magic. Like, you are creating a mini sun that explodes and just destroys shit. I'm sorry, and again, like, I say that because I do believe, like, magic is just pretty much science. It's the same guy. It's the reason why chemistry and alchemy are the same damn thing, because literally alchemy evolved into chemistry, because that's the whole thing of that. Potions are just like medicines and shit, but beside the point. Godzilla. She's an asshole in the beginning of it. She becomes better later on, because as you follow this man through his life after, the whole Godzilla incident, he pretty much, he meets this vagrant woman who has a child. The child's not actually hers. The child's parents died in a bombing and said for her to take care of the baby. And him, along with his not wife and his not child, build a found family together. He takes care of them. He works on a he works on the boat. He works on this boat here with 3 other guys, the captain, the doc, and the kid. And they have to work there's the doc there, which I'm like, I could probably do that. It's sort of similar color. They work together to find like bombs left around Japan, and they pretty much cut the bombs from the chains. They pop up, and then from a distance they shoot at it with a like machine gun and it explodes. And a lot of the theme of this is like, you know, come back alive, pretty much. Like, come back alive, come back alive. You're better to us alive than dead. And I'm like, okay, I can get behind this. And like, even though like the main guy's like, oh, I know I need to die. I need to prove myself and all this stuff. And like while this is all going on in the Bikini Islands, which again, in the last 2 weeks, I've seen Godzilla get nuked twice in like the quote unquote bomb testing of that the United States does in like, I believe it was the Bikini Islands, and that then just supercharges Godzilla. In this case, it's what eventually enlarged, because before this, when this guy met Godzilla on the island, he was just like a giant dinosaur, and like he was like a story tall. That was probably about it. Probably like a story tall. Now he's multiple stories tall, maybe like 4 or 5 stories tall. He's still probably one of the shorter Godzillas, but he's 4 or 5 stories tall. And he has, obviously, his atomic breath, which, I'll say this, his atomic breath, like, it's like, I was wondering, like, okay, what unique thing is this Godzilla gonna have? Because each Godzilla kind of has their own unique thing. Kind of. I think more of the modern ones. I'm trying to specifically think. Like, this Godzilla, which I honestly do think he's one, I think there's 3 strongest Godzillas. He's at least the second strongest, I would say. And I say this on the sense of, when he gets hit with a nuke, not only does it not kill him, he absorbs that radiation and then comes back stronger. Like, mind you, he was near death, nuked to the face, came back burning Godzilla. I'm just saying. Like, if he fought another Godzilla, he'd probably become stronger. He could probably evolve. Him and Shin, I think, are the 2 Godzillas who I think could evolve to, like, super, like, demon god level. Like, god levels. Shin is the 3rd strongest. I would say the strongest is Godzilla Earth, not only because of its size, and because it's also, mostly because of its size. And, like, you know, just the destructive power that comes with that size. Also, mind you, for anyone saying, like, that's not, like, this Godzilla's not strongest, he's also the 2nd biggest. Not count, because Godzilla Earth is technically the biggest. He's the 2nd biggest. I think Shin is the longest, but he's not the biggest. And Shin is probably is pretty damn short, too. This Godzilla is freaking powerful as all hell. And he has the size and weight to back it up. And then he can even gain more by absorbing radiation. So if a Godzilla, and not to mention he did something that Heisei Godzilla couldn't do, and that was go burning Godzilla, surpass that with Mothra, and still survive. Heisei blew up. Just saying. I had a whole thing with that. But anyways, this Godzilla, like, there's one kind of cool, like, his atomic breath is slightly different from the other Godzillas. Not by much, though, but it is kind of interesting. Like, when you see, like, his spikes come up, like, I guess, like, nuclear rods when he's charging. Godzilla. I love this symbol. Makes it G. And then, like, he fires it, which I'll say, like, the reason why I say it's different from the other ones is that, you know, Monster vs. Godzilla and most of the other Godzillas, it's mostly a beam of energy that he then can cross an out, or just, you know, a solid beam that shoots straight and stuff like that. This beam, though it probably could do that more, is more or less, it shoots, it hits, and then it explodes into a nuclear bomb. Like, he is like it's not just like he releases the beam. Also, mind you, this guy. God, I'm going off topic. Sorry. I love this Monsterverse one. Apparently, like, his power is specific to this Godzilla only because he absorbed Hollow Earth energy. That is compared to a star. Like the Iwi people who live on Skull Island said, like, Godzilla, it's like Godzilla ate a star. And whenever he shoots the atomic breath, it's like he's releasing beams of a star. Which, mind you, stars are giant nuclear reactors in the sky that are freaking powerful. And when they explode, they become galaxies. or black holes that warp reality and time and space. But beside the point, he fires a shit, nuclear bomb, boom, explodes. You have a mushroom cloud and everything. It's devastating. You saw like a shockwave send people flying and then come back and like destroy level like entire. I think you actually see it around here. One of these. No, it's not that one. Like, yeah, here, like, you just see the destruction and everything. Like, it is, like, you're like, holy shit. He is powerful. This Godzilla is pretty strong. I don't think he's stronger than the other Godzillas, but he does have, and, like, again, like, his atomic breath is cool. Like, his activates all that. But, again, I was looking at him, like, I don't really see, like, he's going to need something else to back it up. Which he does have something that is different from the other Godzillas. Where, because you kind of see it in this one, well, you don't see it here specifically, but when they first see Godzilla, and the whole idea is that this little boat group with the main guy on it are going to slow down Godzilla. They're going to try to slow down Godzilla till the warship comes to take on Godzilla. So they fly, they release some bombs. Bombs explode on his back, doesn't do shit. Bomb gets stuck in his mouth. Main guy shoots it with a gun, explodes. You see Godzilla's head go, and explodes. You're like, oh shit! There's a hole in its face. He's like dead in the water. You're like, oh god. And then this is very on theme. He immediately regenerates like Wolverine fast, like Deadpool fast. You're like, oh shit! Sorry, back, but like this guy, like he has the ability to regenerate, which I'm like, oh, you're all screwed. Because I'm just thinking like, how the hell are you gonna kill this thing? You can't. And they can't. Spoilers, kind of. Because he does have, like, and it's not an exaggeration, a Wolverine to Deadpool kind of regeneration. Mind you, still with the durability of, like, a lot of other Godzillas. Like, he can take a beating and still survive. But, like, if he's, let's say a piece of him falls off, like, most of his, because I first thought, well, okay, destroy the head. Maybe he's dead. No, it is not. Because he can regenerate from pieces. So it's like, oh shit, yeah, he's coming back. So I'm like, yeah, okay. That being said, like this guy, like that's what makes this Godzilla even more strong. Like, holy shit. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is when he uses his atomic breath, which again is which is goddamn amazing. And it's a cool little detail. When he uses his atomic breath, you actually see after he fires it, you'll see like there's singes on his face and like everything, like using his atomic breath actually burns and hurts him a little bit, which I'm like, that's kind of cool. I'm like, holy shit, that's awesome. And it's cool, like the whole idea that he can regenerate. And like, God, that regeneration thing, I was like, oh shit, yeah, no, he's like an unstoppable killer. You run away fast. But yeah, and like I'll say this, like I get stuff, but here's the thing too, where I say this is better than Shin is I loved everything that happened with Godzilla. Mind you, there's nothing. I would say in this movie, there's nothing where I went like, oh my, like oh my, like with Shin Godzilla, I was like no, I'm trying to think of a way to say this. There's nothing in this where I would say like, I would say not as iconic. Because here's the thing, a lot of the Godzillas are really good, and they really do play up like the horror aspect, like how powerful, like when he just bites a dude in half, when he whips his tail and nearly hits the plane, like the energy of the scenes is really, really good. And it's like you are on the edge of your seat, like most of the time. Like, oh shit, like oh my god, like it is, like I love the action in this is really good, and it moves so well, and it does make you feel like oh shit, oh god, which is a plus for me. That is a plus for me. But and like all that stuff, and like again, like it's not that, and I'm trying to think of the way of describing it, like. It, again, atomic breath-wise, really cool, and more me thinking about it, yeah, it's kind of like, it's more like an atomic, he just shoots an atomic bomb, instead of it just being instead of it being like the ray of energy, it's an atomic bomb that he sets off every time he shoots it. Cool as hell. And, the regen is great. The regen is like, oh, okay, but it's not like, you're gonna see I would say you would see something too different, I guess. With the gods with this Godzilla specifically. I wouldn't say you see too different other than the regen. Like he is, energy being like you're not gonna see too many new abilities, I guess is the way I want to say it. Like atomic breath is an atomic breath. Yes, how it hits everything, explodes. That is different. Blue energy, all that stuff. Yeah, it's not like watching Shin where it's like, oh shit, he's gonna keep evolving and like have new attacks and abilities. Like, oh my god, like it's not gonna be like that kind of. But I think I said in this one, like I said before, like in Shin, the human characters I just didn't give a shit about. I didn't give a shit about any of them. I understand the politics and all that stuff that kind of went down, but it was boring and this is not. Seeing, this man lose everything pretty much, regain it back and learning to like live and all that stuff is really great. It's very awesome seeing that him slowly, making all his friends and all that and going from like a sad person, like going like someone who tries to, get back like his stuff. And like, I don't even want to spoil the ending because the ending is honestly really good. And it's a nice topper for this movie. Like it is really, really good. I'll say that right now. Like I Shin Godzilla. I don't know if I would recommend. I would recommend it for the Godzilla scenes, and that's about it. I'd recommend the MonsterVerse ones because, by God, those are so goddamn fun. As a whole, even though the 2014 one is a bit slow, I would still. And like it does piss me off that like they cut away from all the fights, but that movie is still fine as well. Shin Godzilla, other than the Godzilla scenes, I don't know if I would really recommend it. This one, holy shit, do I recommend it? Like, by God, this is a really good ass movie. Like, holy shit. Like, this is, I think, the perfect, like, this is probably one of the best, like, Godzilla is the only monster movie here. Like, Shin Godzilla, again, it just annoyed me. And I'm just like, I don't give a shit about anything else except Godzilla at this point. This one, it's like, oh my God, I do care about these characters. I care about the human characters. I care, like, I want to see this guy become, move past a lot of this. And I'm like, by God, it's so damn good. It is, and like, stuff with like, I want to see him become a family with this girl and daughter. And it's good. It is a really, really good. That's what I gotta say about this. It is awesome. The effects, mind you, these I still prefer MonsterVerse effects, but they do make this Godzilla feel like a suit still, kind of. Even down to the point where the tail is just whipping around for no goddamn reason. It's like, why is his tail doing that? Why? Just why? Just have it, I don't know, not doing this. I understand, like, the old movies did that, and it doesn't make sense even in that. And like, why the hell isn't Godzilla making the tail do that? That being said, though, this was good. This was really, like, this is like a really, really good ass movie. I love his atomic breath, like seeing the spikes come out like freaking the nuclear rods and slam in before he shoots off that atomic breath. I'm like, that's cool. The regen is a really cool ability for this Godzilla specifically. They gotta make a new, like, Godzilla fighting game or some shit like that. Like, I want, like, and mind you, make it good. Or a new Godzilla game, something like that, where you go around and stuff like that. Because I know there's the 2017 one, which apparently now is a super rare game. And I'm like, oh, shit. But I want to I want a Godzilla game where I can run around as destroy shit as Godzilla and all this other stuff. Like, I'm hoping maybe my computer can run Ark Survival, because I want to put the Godzilla mod on there and tame Godzilla so I can run around as Godzilla and just blow shit up. Like, that's gonna be my main thing. Is like, I want to tame Godzilla so I can then just, yes, that's what I want to do. But yeah, this movie is really, really good, and it ends on a cliffhanger kind of thing. Not a cliffhanger thing, but it has the idea that there could be more. Which I don't know if I want them to continue Shin now, because again, I didn't like Shin 90% of it, the 10% being Godzilla. 90% of it I didn't give a shit about. But I would love to see them, especially with like this kind of direction, go into the next movie with Shin Godzilla, because I think Shin Godzilla could be very interesting. Like how that goes on. And mind you, that is a straight evil Godzilla. This Godzilla feels more similar to Monsterverse, where he is, well, he's not like a guardian of Earth, I don't mean that in that sense, but he is more just a big ass animal just destroying shit. Shin Godzilla felt like a walking calamity. Well, they're both walking calamities. But I'm trying to think specifically what I want to say. This Godzilla, I feel like he just walks, destroys shit. Like, but you could do something else later with him. Shin Godzilla is straight evil. He is just evil. You put him down. Like, by God, he's going to... This Godzilla, I don't think so. Like, he is still... He's bad, but he's not like... I don't know. He didn't feel evil. I don't know. This movie's great. I liked it a lot. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. I'm sure videos I've done. Links are on my face. Subscribe to this one. I'm sure videos. Hopefully you enjoy this. I love Godzilla. I brought this guy actually with me to the movies. Like, I like the setting it was in. I liked the timepiece. I liked the characters and all that stuff. And like the character, like certain are sad, and that's the thing. I liked the human characters a lot, which is something that you kind of need if you're gonna have human characters in this. Which you need. I'm not saying the Monsterverse doesn't have that. The Monsterverse has characters I really did like in that. Like, I like watching Godzilla vs. Kong. I love how like there's human characters for Kong and there's human characters for Godzilla, and it's kind of interesting. Especially because Godzilla doesn't give a shit really, like, but Kong does. It's a very cool dynamic. Like the humans in that like want to clear Godzilla's name, even though Godzilla doesn't give a shit. But then Kong's one is like they want to protect Kong. Kong wants to protect them. Like it's interesting dynamics there, which I really like. Also, I love how like this Godzilla can have his fun, which is kind of great. When he smiles, he beats the shit out of Kong. It's fucking great. But this Godzilla is badass. -1 is really badass. I can't wait till they come out. Hopefully they come up with a figure for him too, because I want to get it. But tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Share videos that I've done. Links from my face. Subscribe to share videos. Hope you enjoy this, and we will see you later. I will say though, like, even though I do love the roar in this one too, Monsterverse does have like that cool like lingering at the end, which I don't know. It's more like this one kind of has it, but I feel like it was more pronounced there. And yeah, and again, it's still funny that. Like, within the last 2 weeks, I've seen Godzilla nuked twice on the Bikini Islands. And both times made him way stronger.